Hello and welcome to the Speed Gaming Daily. This is going to be Inverted Keysanity, and I will be joined by Radical Sniper 99 for comms. I am Logic, but he is going to be a little late, so it's just going to be me holding down the fort here. And it looks like we have Flashman and Quickman on one side. That's going to be Hayfield Bay and Nobly the Foreign, and on the other side we have Goomba and Alazun. Inverted Keysanity is an interesting mode because Inverted is pretty hard by itself, and then you add Keysanity into that, but it does create some interesting possibilities, and it prevents things from early on from getting too rough. Oh, and it looks like we're off here. We got pretty much what I'd expect. One player starting from Link's house, and everyone else is starting in Dark Chapel. Looks like Goomba's probably looking for bombs. You can kill an enemy and get the tree pole down here. And he's also going to have access to Hype Cave. Hearts on the tree pole. And it looks like Nobly is probably headed to Thieves Town here. There's a lot of checks in there. There's 4 checks in there that you can get right away. Or no, he's going to do the brewery, which is smart. There's a bomb you can get there, a 50-50 bomb. Alazun is currently in Skull Woods. This is another pretty common check in Inverted. So early on in Inverted, one of the first things you want to do is get bombs, because you have the brewery locked and you have Hype Cave locked by bombs, and so there's a lot of checks there you can get. Things are really scary because you have 3 hearts and everything in the Dark World does a lot of damage. Okay, we got a glove in Hype Cave and a key to pot. Oh, and the Thieves Town big key was apparently in Skull Woods. Oh yeah, there it is. Hayfield taking a Death Warp. Oh, we got a bow in Thieves Town also. Okay, it looks like Hayfield is farming for bombs, and yeah, you can drop down, get a bomb there, die, and just keep doing that. And we're gonna see what's on Pyramid. At some point, Goomba picked up a hammer. Oh, we had the Moon Pearl in Skull Woods. So actually, we already have Light World access with all of that. I'm curious where Goomba got that hammer. It's hard to keep an eye on 4 screens by myself. Oh, it was in Hype Game. Okay, I'm just not paying attention, I guess. Yeah, we are having some technical difficulties with the stream layout here. Professor Renderer is getting it fixed for us. Oh, Catfish has a medallion. It's not the one that he should have, but you know. This is a pretty decent start for Inverted. We got early Light World access, although the runners haven't quite gone there yet. And some good items. We had blue mail, we had the bow. Yeah, thank you, Professor. There were some complications getting this set up, so I appreciate all the work you're doing. Okay, it looks like Goomba is heading into Skullwoods now. He's going to pick up that Moon Pearl here pretty soon. And Allison is in the Light World. We're going to see what's in Dam. GT small, and I would not be surprised if, well, 3 hearts is kind of rough, but I would not be surprised to see somebody going to Thievestown, to the back of Thievestown pretty soon. These are all skilled runners. It is 7/7 defeat Ganon, yes. Somebody who plays on, these guys' level is going to know how to do the hammer blind fight, or, just be able to improvise it. Personally, I wouldn't go in there with 3 hearts, but looks like we got Nobly heading into the Light World now. Alzun checking out Mini Moldorm Cave. And Skullwoods and Eastern are our red crystals. This is Keysanity, of course, so you can't just check the map to see what's crystal and what's pendant. You gotta find maps. Okay, Hayfield seems to be heading into Kakariko, which is, of course, the most item-dense location in the game. Once you get Light World access, good idea to just head over there. I think Nobly would have to have the Moon Pearl, because he is currently in the Light World. Oh, are we going to see a ped check? Looks like it. Oh, I guess not. Tease. I heard somebody has the book. Okay, Nobly's got the book. So we might see a ped check here. That's 2 Meyer keys already, I believe. Meyer keys don't necessarily mean anything by themselves, but you do need all 3 Meyer keys to logically have access to the Firelock check and the big key chest. I think, was that a sword on Lumberjack there? Yeah, that's mean. Now, if this was all dungeons Keysanity, we'd get to see that probably, but I believe that's a compass on Bombo's tablet there. This is co-op, so the runners, Goomba and Alazun and Nobly and Hayfield are both on teams, so they will be skipping checks. once they know what items are where. I'm gonna see Graveyard Ledge here. I'm pretty sure the message for the flute is different. I'm pretty sure that's the compass. I could be wrong. Actually, if it was a compass, it'd probably say what dungeon it's for, so you might be right. At least the keys say what dungeon they are. This is so hard to do by myself. I keep, every time I look somewhere, somebody else is doing a check that I haven't seen before. All right, we got Nobly in Desert Palace here with that book, and the book is the only way to access Desert Palace in Inverted, so it's a nice early find. And I saw Quake on Goomba's screen there. Yeah, chat, I appreciate it. I'm not used to solo comms, so. Oh, and there was the small key to Desert that unlocks 2 checks logically. I'm not sure we have clean audio on any of the runners, so that might, or it could just be that we just haven't switched over yet. Oh, and the mirror was in the back of Blind's hut. That is a nice find. At some point, we must have found the. Oh no, okay, nobody's just stealing the small key in Desert, so I guess we don't have the big key yet. That's a pretty common play in Keysanity. You can go check the 2 chests on the right with that. It does leave you with the problem of not necessarily knowing where the other Desert Small is. And if that's buried somewhere awful, you can end up not being able to finish the dungeon until you find it. Okay, it looks like Goomba's gonna go to Thieves Town. Oh, he's just opening it. Yeah, he's gonna get the book. I did not see what was on Blacksmith, but we are gonna see Purple Chest and Hammer Pegs here on Alzoon's screen. Okay, it was a hard on Blacksmith, which is actually a good find at this point. The runners do not have much health. You got a cape in Desert. Yeah, this is the first, I believe the first co-op one of these dailies, so I believe this will be improved on. You could consider this a beta test of sort. And we had flippers on Hammer Pegs, which is another nice find. So we're getting all kinds of progression items here. That was, I didn't see if, I saw it was Thieves Town. I didn't see if it was a key or what. Is the map, okay. Yeah, Goomba, do a map check so we can see, you know. It'd be nice if these runners did map checks every time they found a map, but that's not going to happen. You don't want to waste those 2 seconds pulling the map up. And I want to point out Hayfield Bay using the mirror to get the blacksmith. That is something you can do in inverted. You don't need the Titansmiths. You don't really need the Titansmiths for very much in inverted. And Goomba is going to be doing views down here. 5 hearts is a braver man than I. I guess he does have blue mail. Yeah, that's true. He does have the map. He could have checked that. Or no, one of them has the map. They could have checked that before going in here. This is not all dungeons, so we don't need to do the pendants. Actually, yeah, that could be the map hint. I don't know. They're all pretty vague. Okay, we got the flips for Hayfield. One of the interesting things about Keysanity is, again, you don't need the Titansmith for that much, but they actually can at least get into Ice Palace already. You can't really do anything there without a fire source. But only Fake Clipper had been allowed, or not Fake Clipper, Freeze Orb, whatever that glitch was. Yeah, with one sword locked, this could still technically be an aggro-required seed. Actually, no, probably not. We already saw what was on a tablet. It would have to be like 2 swords on tablet or something for that to happen. Goomba fighting blind here. Again, this is a rough fight with Hammer, and it's down to 1.5 hearts. You've got to be careful. It's 2 more hits. Oh, that was so close. That's rough. Goomba is gonna go ahead and cut out here. Probably smart. Don't want to waste time, especially once blind the fight has begun. It's a lot harder. Yeah, big oof, Jet. Alright. Oh, we got a sword, finally. And the GT Big Key. Those are both definitely going to be required items. And our Meyer pendant is Bombos. You can reset the blind fight, but you have to go all the way back to the maiden and bring the maiden up again. So generally, I'd say it's, unless you're like an expert mode or something, it's probably worth it to just, yeah, it's probably worth it to just wait till you have more health, come back and do the fight. Looks like we're gonna see. I'm not sure where Allison is going. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, there's a big key on Hylia. And it's the Swamp Palace, so it's, you know, really useful. I always get excited when I see a big key and then it turns out to be like Skullwoods or Ice Palace or something, just like, Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Allison, okay. I thought it was, you might be soft locked there. and our good friend the hobo having a heart container. And nobly doing the dark room to dark cross, I believe. Which is really rough without a sword. Again, much braver than I am. I think he's almost to the chest, though. It must... Oh, no, that's... Okay, I was completely wrong dark room. Okay, it's the old man. That is a much easier dark room without a sword. Not using bush strats. Unfortunate. Allison picking up his ether. Yeah, we appreciate your patience, chat. This is an experiment. And my co-com is currently in a meeting and will be here hopefully pretty soon. Looks like Hayfield is going to go make his attempts at Thieves Town. So there's so much going on here, I can't even keep track of it all, but we got the small key to Hera on Zora, which is kind of mean. It must be not garbage if Allison is headed straight there. Oh, it's a red potion. Okay, yeah, that's access to Sick Kid, and also it's just a nice safety. And Nobly is headed for the item in Spec Rock, so must be something in there too. Oh, it's powder. It's another really nice safety. Of course, also opens Magic Bat. Nobly going for the lineup for the bomb jump here. I think he might be on the right pixel. Yep. And we are going to see, presumably, the first chest in Mega Tower here. Yeah, with Quick Swap, nobody ever opens their inventory anymore, so you got to stay on your toes. Goomba is using bush strats. Good job, Goomba. Theoretically, holding that bush allows you to move slightly faster when you're carrying the old man. I don't know if that's actually true. Uh-oh, nobly better be careful. I hate those blue guards. They are jerks. Got a shield in the first chest. The Baggett Tower. Nobly not going to go try to brave the dark rooms. That is very rough to do, but especially without Fire Rod. So I'm not surprised at all by that. Looks like Allison is also in the front of Escape. So we got a few checks there. Now, what's interesting is I don't know if they found the Hyrule Castle small yet, and Zelda Cell and the Boomerang chest are not in logic without that. So, yeah, he does not have the Hyrule small.
Hello. Whew.
Oh, Skullwood small. Hooray. This is another interesting thing about inverted over on Nobu's screen. You can hop up the tail there to get to that portal and head to the light world. And
sorry for the delay on my end showing up today.
But yeah, pod key. So I know I've seen that's going to be the third pod key I've seen. I might have missed a few more.
So what's been kind of the story of this seed so far?
He's been taking a shot at the blind fight. And Nobly is in Mimic Cave, which you can access with a mirror from the light worlds. In inverted. Oh no. Okay, Nobly's doing some pause buff. Oh wow. We got more technical issues here. I cannot hear my co-con.
Sorry, can you hear me now? Logic? Uh-oh. Oh no.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, great.
I was talking to myself for so long, my headset turned off.
Oh, okay. No worries. Sorry about the delay there. Looks like I've missed quite the start here.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. 25 minutes in, and there's been quite a bit of progression. Okay, and Hayfield finally takes down Blind for Cane of Burna, which would have been really helpful for that fight.
I mean, looking at the fact that we're only at one sword at almost 30 minutes in across our 4 restreamed runners, or our 2 teams,
Yeah.
Definitely a slow start in some regards, especially with that Blind fight.
So we do know where another sword is. It is on Lumberjack.
I don't think anybody's going for that sword anytime soon.
Yeah, that's pretty mean.
And this isn't an all dungeon seed, I believe, correct?
This is just regular inverted Keysanity. Yes, it's not all dungeons. Not intentionally all dungeons. We still haven't seen that.
But we do have the book, so maybe we'll get to find that out if our runners head back to the rear Skull Woods entrance. Well,
you can't mirror. Yeah, you'd have to go to there in the light world and then mirror. Inverted's always
not a terrible idea, honestly, just because it's almost quicker to get to that entrance by not having to weave in and out of Skull Woods proper.
That's true. And they've already checked the front of Skull Woods, so.
And it looks like we do have a hook shot on Nobly's side. I missed where that one was.
Probably somewhere up on the mountain, because nobody else has it. But Alisoon is heading up the mountain now.
And there it is on
right
the
there.
Screen. As well as one of those castle tower smalls.
Nobly doing Harapot here.
Yeah, trying to get that 1 pixel of shadow over that tile line to get the bomb placement, and then just looking for that 1 pixel between the menus and the line right below the pot.
It's one pixel shadow past the line there is how I do it. But yeah.
Yeah. I personally prefer boot setup.
I mean, that's a lot easier.
Or hook speed, I mean.
But yeah, I need to learn how to do that with hook speed. Because it is pretty consistent. Yes, I have heard that holding an item while moving with the old man does make you faster.
Yeah, the only issue there, and luckily, I guess, because of the fact that you can pick up a bush on Dark Death Mountain makes it a little more viable of a solution or an idea. I know some people have done it with a Samaria block in other situations, but placing the Samaria block almost doesn't give you any time to save. And
we got boots on Goomba's side.
Yeah.
That's always welcome.
Yeah, so stopping in Hookshot Cave will make that even easier for Goomba to pull off that Harapot, probably.
All right, Nobly's taking down Moldorm with a hammer. That's really not a rough fight.
But yeah, we're starting to get to that point where, you know, they're starting to collect the keys and be able to move a bit more freely around the world. Yep. You know, we might get to see, I know we saw that Meyer medallion for Bombos. And now that we do have, Goomba has Bombos, might see some dive into that area soon, especially because we know that that's where, I believe there was a sword in the shed.
Yes, there was a sword in Meyer shed. I would not be surprised to see him head over there. They already have 2 Meyer Smalls, so it's an indicator that, well, there could be something in the Firelock chest or in the big key chest, although they don't have a fire source yet. But in Keysanity, there are a lot of checks in Meyer.
Yeah, it's not always it's a bad dungeon, or at least feels bad in most normal gameplay, but in Keys, it has a lot of added value. The only issue here, of course, is we don't have any fire sources.
I mean, the fire source could always be in Meyer. That's the kind of thing this game likes to do.
And then, have we seen the Swamp Small key?
I don't believe so.
That's unfortunate because we do pretty much have full ability to clear that dungeon as well.
They could always check the first chest. A vanilla Swamp Small is pretty much the worst feeling in the world. Now, this is co-op, so I would not be surprised for one of them to make that check.
Yeah, and, you know, I know this is kind of a joke in some sense, but this isn't the, what was it, 29 or 30 had that as a high chance? The old Keysanity logic almost had like a 10% chance of that key being vanilla. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, that is a very high likelihood for a vanilla key.
Oh yeah, no, you'd make that check probably every time if the odds were that high. Yeah, we don't know what the crystals are because this is Keysanity, so you have to find that out. But we do know, well, we know that Eastern and Skullwoods are our 5/6s, and we know, obviously, Hair is a crystal because we've had 3 runners pick that up.
And nobody's checked Sahasrahla for the green pendant information, or?
Nobody's been over to the Eastern area yet, I believe.
Oh, wow. So a lot
it's kind of out of the way in Keysanity, or in Inverted, I mean.
Yeah, I guess with the info share, we've been finding the progression items more so you almost prioritize that for your partner, like, hey, go here, you need this now.
Yeah, and Nobly did pick up a sword on Laser Bridge. Turtle Rock is very interesting to route in Inverted because you get the mirror and you can pretty much access the whole thing even without Samaria, except for those first few checks.
Yeah, TR is a great dungeon in Keysanity. Not a lot of dungeons really change in terms of, you know, what you can get away with minimally. TR is great in that regard because you can pretty much get all the chests with maybe, you know, 1 or 2 keys, and then just grab the right ones in the other portions.
And we got our 4th runner taking down Moldorm, so now all runners have 1 crystal.
Now, Goomba and Alison were both going through TR from different sides, so this is kind of, what I was saying with the ability to just see this dungeon from so many other ways and just not needing to do much. You can mirror or go in any door you really want to.
Yeah, and I like that strat from Goomba there, hitting the switch so the bunny beam misses him. And now he's got to deal with this pokey though.
Yeah, unfortunately, without any sword, we're going to see some nice bow strats. And it looks like, we're going to get some hammer to finish this one off.
Yeah, there he goes. Fire Rod. Okay, there it is. So that's now with all the swords and fire rod and everything, we do have access to Skullwoods. So that's another crystal we know we can get. Nobly braving the chain chomps. I do not like that one. Oh, yeah, better cape. All that for a compass.
Yeah, in co-op especially, you really don't expect to find much. Having run some co-op, it's one of those things where you're like, okay, what do I know my partner? How well do you know your partner in this kind of mode? And what do you each need to get through everything?
And Alison gonna... Oh, never mind. He's not even gonna kill a pokey. He's just gonna go straight for the fire rod.
Well, Alison also does have a spare key, so...
Yeah, that's true. You only need 1 small to complete the dungeon.
Yeah, so quote-unquote wasting a key there isn't a big deal.
And Nobly heads straight over to Skullwoods with that fire rod. They're still all on pretty low health, and in terms of swords, not very well equipped.
Yeah, I mean, I would say in general, don't expect more than, any runner to really get to that second row of hearts in a co-op info share.
That's true. They're not going to be picking up pieces of heart. Probably pick up heart containers if they're on the way, but...
Yeah, I mean, you almost expect like expert item pool in terms of health, and then some prioritization of a mail upgrade. So that's why, all of our runners do have blue mail and could possibly go for red mail if it's on the way.
And Goomba is heading over to the Pod Eastern area. So it looks like we're finally going to see our good friend Sahasrara. And at least probably most of Pod. I like that cheeky hammer dash to get out of the hammer peg circle.
And Nobly is into the back of Skullwoods, so looks like Nobly is gonna use this opportunity for a death warp though to refill the health, because down to 2 hearts, unfortunately.
Yeah, and Moth is not a fun fight with this kind of equipment, with fighter sword and 6 hearts, and even with blue mail, that's still rough. Okay, I wasn't watching Goomba. Did we see what the green pendant was? No.
Looks like the tracker is changing that over to Meyer as the green, but yeah, I didn't see any items on the under the bridge and skull or the back of Sahasrara's.
Yeah. Now, this is going to be interesting to watch because Moth is my least favorite boss in the game.
Yeah, I don't think any boss is good in this arena, to be honest. I think almost any boss you put in there becomes worse. Conversely, if you
Moth
take
is
Moth
the
out of
easiest
here,
boss.
it's easy.
Probably. Yeah. So nobody's going to use bombos to get rid of these Gibdos here.
Yeah, nice strategy there, being able to save a little bit of magic. Only being on Fighter Sword. Unfortunately, it looks like had to use an extra shot instead of getting that double torch.
Yeah,
so.
For some reason, when you hit that torch from that angle, it doesn't light. It just goes straight through it. I've noticed that. You gotta hit it. You gotta use the other one. Oh, Goomba's attempting a hover.
So close.
Goomba
Is that
said he can't hover.
4 pod keys?
Yep. That is enough to explore the entire dungeon.
Yeah, even after opening up the front door, this is like, ideally, you have 5 pod smalls.
Okay, nobly on Moth. This is... Okay, we got Moth down. For a piece of heart and the second crystal.
Yeah, so that gives each of our right side runners, so the team of Nobly and Hayfield, at 2 crystals each, while Goomba's only at 1 crystal and Alzen is still looking for that first crystal, it appears.
Yeah, should have that pretty soon.
Yeah, I did notice Alzen take a rough death on blind, I believe, so just has to go back there to finish that fight eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, nice Moldorm kill there, so now also up to a crystal.
It's hard to say who's ahead in a match like this, even with the crystal deficit.
Yeah, it definitely appears that left side has checked up, I'm guessing, a little bit more.
And we have the lamp in pod.
And there's our second castle tower small key.
Ominous. Well, we know it can't be required, but they can always go get that third sword.
Yeah.
I don't think any of these runners are going to need another sword. They already know where 2 are.
And that's our Swamp Palace small key in the Harmless Hellway.
Yeah, a lot of value in pod here. Goomba gonna hammer Yump. And welcome to the viewers from Speed Gaming Deutsch, rating with 76 people. This is Inverted Keysanity.
With co-op.
Oh yes, co-op Inverted Keysanity. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's the big change for today. I don't think we've had a co-op race here on the Speed Gaming Daily, at least for as long as I can remember. If you're unfamiliar with this mode, our runners are so Goomba and Alzen are in a Discord call, as well as Nobly and Hayfield are in a call right now, discussing things, telling their teammate, hey, this is what I found, where it is, and, being able to kind of route them away from some of the extra checks.
And we did see Alzen pick up the third sword, or the final sword, I guess it would be, in King's Tomb. And that's probably something, at least I would go pick that up for sure. Temper just there's a few bosses it helps with, and it also, helps with the GT climb, because you can kill the red Zazaxes in 1 hit. And if they don't find silvers, it's going to make Ganon considerably easier. Yeah, Goomba's going right over there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing we're going to see Goomba head soon to Mire anyway, so that'll be a nice bonus for that area.
Yeah. And we are going to see a ped check. Hooray, couch cash.
Yeah, this is what we were saying about that back way into desert, or not desert, Skull Woods, you know, rather than going through all the connectors, just mirror and we're right there.
I did see a map check from Goomba, and it looks like TR is another pendant, so. Goomba going to go into Ice Palace, which I forgot is actually, with that fire rod, they can complete it. Well, with 2 swords, Aga was dead. They're not going to go do Aga just for a 3rd sword.
Yeah, the amount of time you'd have to spend doing Castle Tower, especially with Castle Tower being at the top of the mountain now instead of Hyrule Castle, it's just a lot of added effort for little benefit.
Now, the unfortunate part about going in here without Samaria is that you have to go the long way. But I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I know I've talked to some runners recently over, you know, the last 6 months or so, and I think there's definitely a consensus that some runners almost avoid Ice Palace in a sense, just because, hey, I know there's a better way to do this dungeon. Like, just give me Samaria, please.
I believe Goomba was 1 pixel too high for the got it. Nope. That looks right.
Yeah, I think that might have been just a little bit low earlier, just because I think we were hitting the...
oh yeah, low, that's what I meant, yeah. You get out of practice with that jump because you just don't do it very much anymore.
Yep.
Goomba doing the low percent strat for kinda. Yeah.
Single bomb and a hook shot. Yeah, I'm used to the double bomb strat.
Yeah, you wouldn't have a hook shot there in low percent, I believe.
Realistically, we are possibly no items from item go mode. Unless we have to clear Mire or get an item out of Pendant TR, you know, unless a key's locked behind either of those, we're just looking for keys.
Oh, and that was the desert big key in Bomb Rocks. Goomba just viciously beating that skeleton. What did he ever do to you?
Existed. I mean, you ever going through an Randomizer and one just drops out of nowhere and catches you and you're like, oh my god.
I don't play Randomizers, so no, but yeah, I can imagine.
Least favorite mode of the many.
Yeah, in League for the co-op Randomizer weeks, I let my teammates handle that. Okay, nobly headed over to the Zora area, which we've already seen.
And it looks like Hayfield's going to give us our first look into Swamp Palace. Unfortunately, muscle memory catching Hayfield a little bit there. Yeah, you have to go into the dam in Light World.
Oh, I've done that multiple times.
Inverted will mess with the mind. You're so used to going to the dam, mirroring to go in to drain the water. Inverted says, no, you don't need to do that.
And there's the pod big key. So this is so rough to keep track of without the Keysanity tracker, but they can clear desert and they can clear pod. They have that swamp small, so they can clear swamp. and Ice Palace. So yeah, I think, are we in go mode?
I
Or no mode would be.
I think as Ken is pointing out in chat, I think we're still short an Eastern big.
Okay, yeah. I was in saying no thanks, Hellway, and just using the cave.
Yeah, it's almost a fake god pixel in a sense, but it's a great way to kind of save some time.
I had Goomba on Cold Stare with the Master Sword. And Hayfield is in Swamp Palace now, so.
Nice double shots there with the fire rod from Goomba.
Yeah, you always want to
splash damage.
You always want to try and get those if you can, especially if you're only on Master Sword, because it's a little rough trying to do that with if you don't have fire rod with just the Master Sword. Yeah, Nobly and Hayfield, I don't think they've done the boots checks yet, which it's pretty easy to forget. You get boots kind of late.
Yeah, especially because there's, there's this, it's easy to do those checks when you have the, how do I put it, the starting point of Sanctuary. But inverted, you're starting at Dark Sanctuary and getting into Light World to make those checks. Not as convenient.
Yeah. Looks like Hayfield is going to do Diver Down. There it is.
And no, I don't believe Nobly or Hayfield has been to that Desert Mire area yet.
Oh, okay. So Nobly has done Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb, so they just haven't been over to the Mire yet.
Yeah, Goomba and Alazon have kind of checked a few other locations that Nobly and Hayfield haven't checked, but Nobly and Hayfield have also kind of been clearing out some more dungeons. So, although the crystal count appears to be tied up now, so
yeah, two different approaches, and that's actually nice to see for us because we get to know where everything is.
There's that Mire Big on the left side of Swamp. So, might be a good play to get over there.
I mean, it's a pendant. We don't know where that Eastern Big is. It could be pretty much anywhere.
Well, and I don't believe Nobly and Hayfield know that yet. Because I don't... Oh, wait, no, they should. Never mind. Hayfield does have the lamp from Pod, so I'm guessing Hayfield had been there.
Yeah. Nobody has gone into Eastern yet, and I have seen French Vanilla Eastern Big Key before, and that's never a good feeling.
Yeah, I think in a normal keys, you almost always assume you're going to do an Eastern check early and expect to double dip it. But in this inverted, I think you almost go with a very reverse kind of mindset.
So you do it late, yeah. So Alazon is following in Goomba's footsteps, doing Ice Palace, which means he's going to get to skip a bunch of the checks in here, because I actually don't remember if there was anything in here worthwhile, but they'll know. And Nobly is trailblazing, going through Ice Palace right now. Hayfield is on Argus.
Now, the big thing for Goomba and Alazon there is, Goomba's about to find out, well, hopefully he's going to head back in and get left side and maybe get that Mire key. Is Goomba able to get that info decide if it's necessary even before Alzun might have to go through that.
Yeah, it's always a kind of a tough decision whether to do left side or not. Feels like I always make the wrong one.
Well, and one of the weird things about, you know, a co-op race is you're going to have these moments where one runner is like just behind this right amount where it's like, I can feed you that next step and not have to worry that it's a waste of your time or, you know, going to keep you or hang you up somewhere. Whereas it can get out of balance by just that little bit of amount. And then you're like, I'm not sure if you should be following me yet.
Yeah. And Hayfield had a very nice Argus fight with Fighter Sword. It's not fun. And got the got a one cycle on phase 2 with Fire Rod. So again, very nice. Goomba currently on Argus. It's a little easier with Master Sword, but they're doing double spins, so. Oh,
really nice there. That is really hard to do with the Fire Rod. The speed of those Fire Rod shots can make getting that kill very, very difficult.
Yeah. It's impressive to do that with just the Master Sword. Because it's a lot easier with Tempered Sword. You get 2 hits and then a spin, but you have to get 3 hits and then also a spin with Master Sword. All right, Hayfield gonna pick up his Master Sword. We have 2 runners on Cold Stare, almost step for step. And it does look like Goomba is going back in for that left side. Smart play, I think.
Yeah, I think at this point you almost have to. There's only a few things left really needed, but until you find, you know, those, you just need to make sure to clear everything. We did have simultaneous finishes there pretty much on the Ice Palace.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And that was with Alzun coming in a little late, but having that Tempered Sword making just that much of a difference.
It looks like Alzun is heading over to the Pod Eastern area. I know we've seen the Pod Big Key. I think it was an Ice Palace, wasn't it? So he's probably going to go do that.
Yeah, and the other piece, of course, is that we do need the Swamp Small out of Pod.
Right. But he can go check that big chest, get that Swamp Small, and then head to the back. See if he decides to do Eastern here.
Given that we haven't seen anything out of Swamp besides that Mire Big, I think there's a chance that, you know, you do that just to kind of hedge a little bit. And maybe at the same time be able to say, you know, Goomba could say, hey, I found the Mire Big. Let me find out if Mire has anything. And in the meantime, you know, you just scout out Eastern.
Yeah, he did set a portal there right next to the exit of the dungeon, so he might be planning on going back in there to the Eastern. Nobly doing the same thing, and hopefully doesn't get caught in this portal here. He's in the bonk animation, so yeah, he's fine. And Hayfield is going to show us the desert boss. We'll see if this is a crystal or our third pendant.
Yeah, and really we are between desert and Pod, it looks like, for that information, isn't it?
Yeah. I guess we'll find out either way pretty soon. So Goomba is going to go into Mire. And there are, right, like 8 checks in there plus what's on the pendant. So it's a good density. Looks like Desert was our last crystal.
So yeah, Allison's going to be able to get that crystal out of pod.
I don't know why Allison didn't hammer you up to get over here.
Well, had an extra key and was going to get the swamp small anyway, so.
I guess that's true. And we had a TR small in the big chest, which we're probably not going to need.
And there's our Turtle Rock big key out of Mire big.
Which, you know, it's a pendant, so hopefully we won't need that.
Yeah, unless that, you know, it's still a question of where our Eastern big is now.
I wouldn't be too surprised if it's here in Mire. So Goomba going to do something you can do in Keysanity, which is nice. You just go straight over to the left side of Swamp here, and then loop your way back to the right.
Yeah, this is definitely a convenience factor of the Mire in Keys.
Yeah, there's a lot of going back and forth in Mire. It's no fun, but... Homemade Beard saying Eastern Big Key on Trinex.
As soon as we see that ice rod, I'll endorse that. But until then, I'm a little bit cautious to even say such a thing.
And that ice rod could be in GT. It's never a fun feeling to get the ice rod with a pendant TR. We have seen Ped, and Ped is dead, so... Alright, Allison gonna do Trinex, or not Trinex, Helmasaur, somebody.
I mean, they both have moving tails, so...
That's true. One nice thing is that we did get the GT Big Key pretty early, so they don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, as soon as they get into GT, this will be a go mode GT.
Yeah,
the removal of all dungeons does make this a little bit better.
Yeah, I was gonna say, in all dungeons Keysanity, or in regular Keysanity, you don't typically have to do the bottom of GT, unless that's where the big key is. Goomba's gotta be careful here, he's at 1 health. Oh, yeah, he's got powder.
And we're going to get to see a Vitreous fight, having found that red cane.
Where'd they find Samaria?
I believe that was in Mire.
Oh, that's just fantastic.
Yeah, French vanilla cane, why not?
That's one of my
least chest.
Okay, yeah, that's one of my least favorite things, finding cane in Mire, but at least it's a pendant. So. I didn't see if Goomba set up Spooky by throwing a block off. You can do that, but
I don't believe so. Oh wait, nope, there we go.
Oh, okay. Is that where you set it up? I thought it was on the bridge. Yeah, this is how you do Spooky in all dungeons vanilla. The restricted major glitches, I believe. tried it a couple times, didn't get it.
I still have to learn Spooky myself in normal play, so.
It is a lot easier than it would seem, you know, for something that just feels like magic. It is not difficult to do.
But Goomba's going to give us that Vitreous fight. And Alzun is going through Eastern, so we're getting, you know, a good limit of where this final key could be.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what's left.
I mean, now that we have Cane of Samaria, that does open up a few extra checks in TR.
Yeah, I was thinking TR is probably going to be the next play.
Yeah, and it's not in Eastern Palace. Now, the one thing that we could see is Goomba could head for that green pendant turn in first.
Where's Allison headed? Does he?
Yeah, I'm curious about this play because I don't know if there was anything we missed on the mountain.
He's going to hover TR. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
He can't do TR front because he doesn't have the cane, which is why I made that joke about hover. Goomba's gonna go to Turtle Rock though, looks like. This is time duel because if the key is right there in Spike Cave, they could just. Nope, it's 5 rupees.
Yeah, the only thing I think I would suggest is possibly having gone for the green pendant first.
Yeah, I think that would have probably been a good idea.
But we're going to get 3 checks here in the front of TR, so this can kind of inform what Alzun does in Mire if it's required.
Yeah, Alzun is probably going to go do Swamp. Yeah, Mushroom on Trinex, and then Key on Mushroom.
All the chains.
They already have the shoveler, you know.
Yeah, and realistically, by the time Goomba is able to get through the rest of these checks in the TR and hopefully green pendant, we'll be able to inform Alzun whether or not the Mire Big is needed.
Goomba and Allison, I believe, have done more checks at this point, so they're probably closer to getting into go mode. Oh, they haven't done Desert, and that's where Allison is headed now. I forgot about that.
Flute and a blue potion in the right side of TR. Definitely not required items. They're nice utilities, but nothing we need.
Goomba trying to get hook speed there. It's a little complication with it.
But I think that's also going to give us now the TR Big Chest and the Crystal Roller Room.
Yeah, they can't do Crystal Roller, or they couldn't do it before. You can if you have Samaria from the back, but...
Yeah, but we were missing both Samaria and the Big Key, so both ways were blocked.
Uh-oh.
Well, okay. Ice Rod and TR, that's almost pretty much, that's cliche.
I guess we're probably going to be seeing Trinex here.
And really, Goomba has the extra key for this move.
Oh, there it is.
Never mind.
Aw.
So pick your poison if you're Alzun. You need either the Cane of Samaria or the TR Big Key. And they're both in Mire.
Yeah.
So we need a Mire play from Nobly and Hayfield to either get that red cane or that TR Big.
Yeah, that's well, they need the TR. No, they don't need the TR Big, just the red cane. But they're both in Mire, which is mean.
Well, you need either of them. If you come from Laser Bridge, you can get to Crystal Roller from the back side. or if you get the big key, you can come from the front side.
Right.
So you don't necessarily need the Cane of Samaria, but it's really dependent upon which form you'd rather do.
It looks like nobody's going to go check what's in the Hera big chest and maybe the basement.
And honestly, I think the Cane of Samaria holds more value here, just because Cane can be useful in the GT climb.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when one of them goes to Mire, they're going to do... they're probably going to full clear the whole thing because they're still looking for that key. But
yeah, and there you go. So Alazun finding that Cane of Samaria, so that's the option that they're going with for speed. So we're going to see Alazun come from Laser Bridge.
I'm not sure what would be faster, but yeah, getting Samaria is probably the right play just to make those Wizard's rooms easier.
Was TR big in Mire big? So that would have required Alazun to do left side swamp. So yeah, much faster to just get your Cane of Samaria.
Yeah, it was a big chest, that's right. Yeah, unfortunately for Nobly and Hayfield, Goomba and Alazun are going to be done with this before too long here. And neither of them have gone to Mire, so... So that is the 4th crystal for Goomba, I believe. Yeah, he just needs to go do Eastern. Or no, he just did Eastern. So what am I talking about?
Go back to kill Blind and kill the Moth.
He needs to do...
And Helma. Wait, did Goomba not kill Helma? Oh, Goomba didn't have the big key.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Alazun just needs Armos and... Oh, he hasn't done... Yeah, he hasn't done Swamp, so yeah.
No, I think Alazun had to have done... No, I guess you're right. Has the key, but has not gone back yet. But a Go Mode Swamp is not a long dungeon.
Not at all.
And I believe for Goomba, the Thieves' Town is just really a blind kill and an off-script blind kill. I think it might have been Goomba who had taken the death on.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's just a go fight blind.
With this health, it's not going to be a problem. Unfortunately, Nobly went and checked the second chest in Agate Tower, and now he's doing Spike Cave, so...
Yeah, unfortunately, all of our both Hayfield and Nobly have kind of avoided the Mire dip yet.
I think that's where Hayfield's headed now.
Yeah, I think, you know, realizing, I don't have any other options, this is where we got.
Getting to Mire is a little complicated and inverted. You gotta either have the flute or you come here and you mirror. So we've seen pretty much everything in this seed. Kind of wondering where silvers are. Probably in GT.
Yeah, we have a lot. You know, we're not going to get to see really any of GT, so very doubtful.
And this is Keysanity, so there's 27 checks in GT or something like that. Nobly forgetting to drain the dam. If I had $1 for every time I've done that.
Yep.
Yeah, they have already found the GT big key, so they will not be checking anything there, probably.
Yeah, I don't even know if we see any checks at the top, to be honest.
Well, in co-op, you're more likely to do that, I would think, but Alzen not quite getting the quick kill on Armos. Still a fast fight.
Yeah, unfortunately, that last one just getting a little bit away from that arrow.
That's a tricky quick kill.
Yeah, you even talk to top runners, and it's like one of those fights you almost just warm up on to see if you're having a good day or not. Or, even when you do everything right, you still just have a day where it's like, oops.
Yeah, Hayfield going through Mire now, so he's going to find the things he needs to go back to Turtle Rock to get into go mode. And sword beams make this blind fight pretty easy.
Yeah, a lot more consistent. Just not having that sword that first time makes this, even for some of the best runners, it's not an easy fight to get through.
And he just face tanked the third phase there.
So that just leaves Goomba with Skull Woods and Alzun with Swamp Palace. Meanwhile, Nobly is going through Swamp, getting that finished up, knowing, hey, I think I need to get this Mire big.
Yeah, they don't know what's in the big chest yet, but he's just going to get it just in case, it looks like.
Actually, I believe I saw Hayfield pull the TR big.
Oh, did he go left side first?
Hayfield went and picked up the big chest in case, I guess that was go mode, and then went left side after that.
Okay, yeah. Then he can come back over here and route right side. That's what I meant. Yeah. Get this chest and the other two. So he's going to get his Samaria here.
And probably will continue on to the Vidi kill after this.
Yeah, you pretty much have to. I mean, it's got Vidi has an item, and then there's also Green Pendant. Gonna be getting bunny beans.
Yeah, sometimes that mini Moldorm will cooperate really nicely for you to just walk around the bunny beam and reach the curtain. Other times, you just get knocked around for a bit.
Yeah.
But going to be some easy fights here coming up for both Goomba and Alzun, having Tempered Sword for these fights.
Yeah, Tempered Sword, I believe, like 10 hearts and Blue Mail. That's not bad at all for the GT climb. Plus, I think Alazin still has his red potion. And they both have powder, so they're pretty much set, I would say.
And Goomba found a blue potion in TR, so with that flute.
Right. And Goomba going to be heading to GT now.
Yeah, and really one of the nice things about this, about Inverted actually, is GT is really convenient to get to if you have to go back.
Yeah.
We're talking about this not being an all dungeons seed, but if this was all dungeons and you just decide to skip part of GT and just hope that it's at the top, you'll land right at the front again after taking out Aga 2. So if you don't find it at the top, you can just go right back in for the basement.
That's
obviously
true.
Not required here, but
I don't think we're going to be seeing the bottom of GT.
Yeah, nope. Those poor 23 chests are never being seen.
Okay, Hayfield taking down Vidi, and we're gonna either see that green pendant turn in, or he's gonna head straight to TR. We'll see.
Okay, did I miss a piece of tech there from Goomba?
What?
So usually when you enter the front door of GT, there is a little cutscene that plays just like it would on Dark Death Mountain. But I saw Goomba pretty much do a just dash into it, and then I didn't see the cutscene.
I've never seen that. I always get the cutscene there in inverted.
Yeah, so that's why I'm curious. Is that something I don't know about?
He bonked the door?
Does bonking the door of GT in inverted make it not have a cutscene anymore?
I'm gonna have to ask him about that.
An item dash into it. Yeah, I'm curious about that one. That's definitely new info to me.
I'd never heard that either. I don't play inverted a lot, but still.
And Alzen not far behind at all. You know, we're seeing Goombas begin the gauntlet, and Alzen is already into GT as well.
Goomba got trolled by sword beams twice there. The hit on the Stalfos and the Zazax basically didn't count because, you know, sword beams do fighter sword damage.
Yeah, there's always a delicate balance of, you know, when you want the beams or not. Meanwhile, Hayfield does have that Cane of Samaria heading up the mountain, so we're going to get those TR checks.
Yeah.
So Hayfield will be into go mode relatively shortly.
Yeah, and I believe both of them just need Eastern. Has Hayfield done Helmasaur? Or, I mean, Nobly.
I can't tell because I would expect to see a lamp if Nobly had done pod, but I would think so.
Okay, yeah. Well, he can get that done really quickly once he gets into go mode.
And actually, I would think so because the Swamp Small was also in pod, and I don't think Nobly would have skipped out on the Mire Big yet.
They know where that lamp is, and oh yeah, they don't need to do the Mire Dark Room because he knows right where the cane is. So never mind. Okay, Hayfield's about to get that big key.
Yeah, and Nobly went to get the TR Big, so yeah, Nobly's done Swamp Palace for sure then.
Did Nobly get Samaria?
No, looks like Nobly just got the TR Big, so we're gonna get the other way. So yeah, Nobly had to have done Swamp Palace at this point.
Guma coming up on Aga 2 now.
So this is inverted Keysanity. Inverted is, there's a few changes to the map, minor changes, to kind of make it all work a certain way. It's a little hard to explain briefly, but
Yeah.
so like Aga Tower and Ganon's Tower have swapped locations. There's a couple of ledges that had some changes to them to make them accessible. Little stuff.
Because in inverted, the mirror works in the light world instead of the dark world, so there's the mirror locked locations that are normally in the dark world you just can't get to from the dark world.
Yeah, and then here we go with the Ganon hole on Goomba side. It's now in Hyrule Castle.
That always looks interesting. Cheese facts here from Ganon.
And we're also going to get to find out where those silver arrows were.
And
very nice setup for the 1-in-1 here.
yeah, that is not easy. I believe he got it. Yep.
Yep.
Takes a lot of practice in that fight to be able to do the 1-on-1 consistently.
And really, that's going to be an important skill coming up. You know, we're nearing the main tourney this year, and you will be limited to that Master Sword.
You can get tempered in hard.
Yeah, but that 1-in-1 will be even more important.
Right, I get what you're saying.
We did find out that the silver arrows were in Light World somewhere.
So that's Saha.
I think you're right. I don't think there's anything else we didn't see yet.
I believe Ganon needs like one more after this.
Yeah, it's 12 spins in total.
Oh, I was miscounting. Okay. Nice Ganon fight from Goomba there. Get your GGs out in chat for Goomba. Gonna be finishing up here momentarily.
So yeah, Goomba finishes with an official racetime.gg time of 1:26:02. First on Restream, second overall. We did have a first finisher from Schultzer with a 1:23:21. Now, in terms of what that means for a co-op race, that does not necessarily mean that Goomba and Alzen will not finish first overall, as it is a combined average time of the teams.
So it's all going to come down to when Schultzer's partner finishes, and I'm not sure who he's paired up with.
Generally speaking, though, you expect the two teammates to finish relatively close to each other. It's very hard to get, one teammate to get much further ahead.
Yeah. Alzen just finishing up Ganon here. Hayfield is into GT, and Nobly looks like he's finishing up Eastern.
There's the last spin there for Alzen to finish up Ganon. Just going to have to cross the bridge now.
Cutscene feels like it takes forever. There it goes.
And Alzen finishes in third officially with a racetime.gg time of 1:27:38. And very quickly after, Lin finishes with a 1:27:45.
So
now, I don't know if Lin was Schultzer's partner, but if so, that would put Schultzer and Lin in first just based on average time. It's not, which team both runners finish first. It's, you take that average time to determine. And even still, we have two more finishers. Illis in fifth with a 1:28:33 and Humbug in sixth with a 1:28:35. So I think no matter who Schultzer is partnered with out of those three runners, yeah, we know that team would be first, followed by Goomba and Alzen in second, and then whoever makes up that third team would be our third place finisher.
And welcome to Alzen and Goomba.
Hello. Hey.
GG's.
Thank you.
So, we noticed when you went into GT, you didn't get the crystal cutscene. That was interesting.
Yeah. If you item dash into the door and you don't get a key dash, it skips the cutscene.
Yeah, that's not something either of us had heard before. Looks like Nobly is digging for arrows right now.
I'll say, but both of us are kind of older inverted player. Like played a lot of inverted when it first came out, and that was like one of the first things that people discovered.
Yeah.
No, that was a cool little trick. I think a lot of us, you know, comms and audience alike, were very curious what that was. So
it certainly used to be thought that it was only a bow dash, and then they discovered at some point that it was actually just anything that you item dash with.
Yeah.
I normally like bow dashing just because it looks cool, but I had 9 arrows and didn't want to risk it.
So you both did pretty well, I would say, and the main difference is that Nobly and Hayfield didn't go to Meyer until pretty much last.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have a lot left when we went to Meyer, but we definitely made sure that we sort of tried to make sure that we were spreading out and covering new territory rather than just aggressively going after the crystals that we had to catch up with.
Yeah.
So Goomba, I think, had Thieves Town and Skull, and I had Swamp that I needed to catch up on him on.
Yeah, I mean, when I went to Meyer, I had 3 crystals, so I had a lot to catch up on, but I figured it was more important to try to find the Eastern Big Key, since all of the crystals were relatively quick to get.
No, please do a mimic clip.
Oh man, after my own heart right here.
He's only got 3 arrows, and he used his shovel the whole way to GT and didn't find any.
That is what we in the business like to call rough, buddy.
Oh man, this is really sad.
I
thought I was having arrow trouble.
There he goes. He did it. How is he gonna? There's arrows in that room. You don't need to do this. Okay.
You have to be very careful, though. It's. I was about to say that could happen. Oh no. Yeah, if you're not familiar with it, that is a despawn of the arrow pack in Mimics 2.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me before, and it's never a good feeling.
I discovered that happened to me when I didn't have enough arrows. It made me really, really tilted.
I'm not sure where you have to be set up for the mimic clip in this room. I thought it was between those 2 blocks, but it keeps getting hit.
The way it normally works is you have a pretty good zone of buffer time, where if you mimic clip the first room, for some reason the BMOS don't see you, and you can just do it uninterrupted.
I think it's because the mimics from the previous room are still loaded, so the game can't load the BMOS shots.
Okay,
Because there's too much stuff on the screen.
He's got his cape out.
I mean,
This
great
is,
way to do this.
This is gonna work. The freaking rapid fire.
Hayfield on Ganon, meanwhile, using Kane strats. Burna strats, I should say.
And Hayfield did pick up those silvers, so.
Yeah, I guess the silvers were on Saha.
I think that was our guess. We never found the mushroom, but
yeah,
it was one of
Potion
those
Shop
two.
and Green Pen and Turning were the only checks left.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised you didn't go do Pendant before TR, but...
I kind of just didn't want to go over there without the Eastern Big Key.
Yeah.
And I figured Turtle Rock is 5 items as opposed to 1. Seems good.
Yeah, if it had been on Sahasrara, you could have just gone and picked it up.
Yeah. I also really wanted that stupid chain of the left side Swamp Mire Big Key to Turtle Rock Big Key to actually be required.
I was definitely hoping for the course of it that it was going to be on Shrine X.
Yeah, after all
I
that...
was really hoping for that.
This is the kind of weird logic chains you get in Keysanity.
Come on, Noble, you got this, man.
Get your GG's out for Hayfield, finishing up with an official time of 1:33:41. I believe Nobly is going to go ahead and forfeit.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
officially in the race time, Nobly has decided to forfeit on this one.
I do not blame him at
Yeah,
all.
that's a rough
Yeah.
go there in that room, unfortunately, and really had taken all the precautions possible to make sure that wasn't the case. Pulled out that shovel and was just looking for arrows and just couldn't get one to show up.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it really do be like that.
Get your GGs out anyway for Nobly and Hayfield. And that was a good race. I don't play inverted Keysanity. I barely play any inverted, but it's always an interesting mode to watch.
So inverted, in my opinion, I don't particularly care for inverted all that much because I think that the difficulty curve on it just like feels really bad and really janky. Like it goes from really, really hard with almost no room for error to a joke really quickly.
I was gonna say light world is usually considered easy mode.
Yeah, and then inverted keys, because of the way the key logic tends to work, it tends to roughen those corners down or a lot. Because you'll need 2 items to put blind in logic over what you would normally need in Thieves' Town. You need a metric crap load of items to put Skull Woods in logic. Since you need all 3 small keys for Mothula. I mean, the worst thing that I think you normally see in inverted keys is a really, really early Vitreous or something. But in general, it really softens the learning curve on it, which is surprising because most people are like, oh, Keysanity is a harder mode, and in this case, it's definitely not, in my opinion.
But Keysanity's not really hard once you get used to it. It's just more to keep track of.
I definitely agree, but that's probably not the common opinion.
So I've done a lot of co-op myself. The idea of co-op keys is a little bit more foreign to me. So I just want to ask, how do you kind of track those items? Do you start writing down the key locations a bit more, or still going off of memory?
I mostly just kept it in my head.
Mostly memory, and I would pay attention to like the more important things. I didn't pay attention to things like Skullwood's key, so I actually had to go to my VOD and dig back to see where Skullwood's keys were, since Goomba burned his key in the getting the Moon Pearl sequence. So we had to figure out which one of them he was going to actually get. Did you ever? Oh, you did get a bottle. Okay, I was saying because it was either I think his 2 options were basically Sick Kid or Waterfall Fairy, which he got after Ice Palace.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Nobly and Hayfield are going to be joining us. Oh, okay, I think they are.
Looks like it. There's no wait list.
Yeah, I saw there was some chat going on in the race time room. Okay, we are joined by Nobly the Foreign here.
Hey, GG guys.
Hey, GG.
Oh, the mistakes were made.
GG, that was heartbreaking to watch. Nobly digging with your shovel the whole way to GT.
Yeah, I mean, I can mimic clip. It's just I've been biting and nail clipping my nails the past days, so I don't have any nails left.
Yeah, keeping well-trimmed nails is anathema to being able to play Link to the Past effectively.
Yeah.
Because it also hurts your ability to hover, too.
Oh, yeah, indeed. It is not fun.
Oh yeah, Goomba, I thought you couldn't hover. I saw that.
Look, it was worth a try, okay?
Wait, what did you try to hover?
Bowside bod.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay, that's right. I remember. You were really upset because you missed the turn by like 1 pixel.
Yup.
I mean, it looked good to me.
I hadn't played a full seed in like 2.5 months. I sort of took a break to avoid burnout. I just really, really like this mode. And so I did like 1 load into the practice hack, hovered hookshot cave once. I'm like, okay, well, if it really comes to it, maybe we'll try it. But thankfully, the hookshot locked the boots and not the other way around.
The unfortunate part here was that me and Hayfield had a small minor miscommunication on the plans. So basically I told him where the big key to desert is and the sword in King's Tomb. And then I told him to go Ice Palace, but he misunderstood when he picked up the Mire big key. So he said, I'm going to Desert Mire then. And when he was in desert, I was like, I don't want to commit to like Mire when we have like Ice Palace and a lot of crystals to do. And there was the Ice Palace big key problem because I dipped it without the Ice Palace big key.
Had you found the Ice Palace big key by that time already? Like,
Yeah.
so you guys had been into pod, you just didn't.
Yeah, so Hayfield went to pod, found the Ice Palace big key. I did flipper checks in King's Tomb and stuff while he went into Swamp Palace. And I said, you know what? I'll just go into Ice Palace. I'll double dip Ice Palace if needed. The only thing that will hurt me now is if big key to pod is in Ice Palace big, and I doubt that will happen.
Yeah, it's a reasonable gamble to make for sure. It's pretty unlikely to punish you. So.
Yeah.
We do have the official results here. First place is Schulzer and Humbug with 125.58. Second place, Goomba and Alazun with 126.50. Third place, Lin and Illis with 128.09. And fourth place, Nobly and Hayfield.
Yeah. So if we managed to, like, if Hayfield went Ice Palace and then into Desert, then he would have committed to Mire much earlier, which would have been good for us.
Yeah, so that was the thing. Meyer screwed us up there.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah,
is
we
a lot-
were.
It is a lot
we
of
were-
checks, so should have just done it when I was there, but okay. Let's hope it's not there.
Yeah, I think if I had been in your situation and like gone to desert on accident, I probably would have just been like, well, I guess we're in it now, and just jumped into Mire. But I also understand the, oh god, I made a mistake, let's go back to what I was supposed to do reaction.
In hindsight, it's much easier to see that it was the correct move to just commit to Meyer at that time.
Yeah, but the reason why I didn't want Hayfield to commit was he didn't have done Skull Woods, he didn't have done this. There was Pod, there was Ice, so he had like 3 crystals that he could clear. I had pretty much done most of the crystals already, so.
Yeah, I was ahead of
Yeah.
Human crystals, but all the ones he had missed were way faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not that like Eastern is slow, but Eastern and like just getting to Eastern is really slow, especially if you don't have the flute, which Goomba had but never activated.
Where was the flute then?
Turtle Rock.
Turtle Rock,
in the
roller
front.
room.
Oh, so you went in the front. Nice.
Yeah. I went in the front first and then dropped down and got the Eastern Big Key.
Oh, yeah, I told Hayfield, go down to the front, because if it's not in the big chest, I don't have to worry about the big key. Then I can just pick up the cane and leave Mire.
Well, the best part is, given where it was, you had to go into Mire. You could just kind of choose your own adventure on which one you actually needed.
Yeah, we
To
talked
be
about
fair
that.
here, to be fair here, you could have hovered from Laser Bridge and got that big key. Come on.
I
Yes.
guess you could have.
You also could have done something more enjoyable with your day, like drink a big vial of cyanide.
Yikes.
The funny part is that we were basically hoping that boots were early so we both could hover east that mountain, because that's the favorite trick about inverted.
Yeah, that's a really powerful sequence break in inverted. For sure.
I have never seen anyone hover that dark room in TR.
I have.
It's
I've-
terrifying.
I've seen Lin do it once.
I've seen people do it in crisscross, which is where it's a lot more applicable, where it's pretty rare to have it be anywhere remotely a good idea in this.
I'm pretty sure Fair Agent, if he put his goodwill up to it, he could probably hover it as well. I mean, he basically hovered to Trinex for fun when he had Red Cane. Which is insane.
Yeah, though that room doesn't have fire bars, so
Yeah, that's the thing I'd be worried about, dodging those fire bars.
Yeah, like you have to like do kind of a zigzag hover around them. Which just sounds awful.
Yeah. I mean, the seed in itself was pretty free early light mode access, to be honest.
Yeah, the seed was very straightforward up until the Eastern Big Key, and then that sequence was kind of ridiculous, but that's kind of usually how Keysanity goes, I feel. There's just one really stupid item.
Yeah, that's about my experience with it. You you're like, okay, I'm one item from go mode, and then 30 minutes later, you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usual. I liked how one point Hayfield was like worried because he had marked that he had the Easter big key, and I was like, wait.
Imagine if I had that big key all along. I have to press start to check. Do I have the big key? No, I haven't.
He almost panicked for a second there. Then it was what was the other thing that? Swamp Palace big key. Where was that? Because Hayfield forgot about it.
It's on the Hiley Island.
Yeah.
Oh.
That one, yeah.
Basically, he was like, "Oh, do I need to go back and check my VOD now?"
Yeah, no, I was going around and I was getting all of the items you don't want to find. I think I had a run where like Goomba had found nothing of consequence, and I found like the swamp big, the Skullwoods big, the Harris small, we knew where the desert small was. I think there was at least one or two other ones where it was just like, okay, well, these are all terrible checks, and of course I got to do all of the terrible checks. The shovel on Agino, which is low-key one of the worst items in Inverted.
Yeah.
The shovel and the mushroom are both miserable in Inverted.
Mushrooms worse, I think.
Yeah.
Mushroom's probably the worst item in Inverted.
I think Potion Swap is the worst check in Inverted.
Yeah, especially if you have done Soras as well. There's like no good way to do that mushroom delivery. It's like Fedora. If like Fedora says, if it's not there by 15 minutes, you can get your payment back.
The dream was mushroom on Trinex, and then the Eastern pig on mushroom. But
it's like going to college. If the mushroom isn't there in 15 minutes, you're legally allowed to leave.
I was worrying about Pedestal when he found Mr. Meyer big for some reason, because we hadn't checked it earlier.
I think I had checked it by then, right, Goomba?
Yeah, you checked it with Skullwoods, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and I think I'd done Skullwoods before you were in Swamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was doing when you were in Swamp, I was doing the Pod Eastern play, I think. Since Goomba had gone to Pod, but we decided not to go for Eastern because we were so close at that point. And so I got to do the Eastern cleanup afterwards.
Yeah, we sent Hayfield to Pod as well, and he found Swamp Small, so I was like, leave that Eastern to me. I will need to come to Pod at any time. And then I said, I'll go to Ice Palace and found the big key to Pod, and I was like, yes, this is so value.
I would say I like Inverted Keys a lot, but I actually think Inverted Keys AD is just like a really fun mode. Because you don't get any of that frustration around the fact like, oh, I did left side swamp and I got the Meyer big key that led to a turtle. Like, all those things would have been hard. Like, this seed would have been an amazing seed for all dungeons, just given where all these like pendant big keys were sitting around.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, at least you found 2 Castle Tower keys early.
Yup.
Yeah,
Those are the worst in all dungeons.
I was half debating doing Agadin for the sword for a bit.
And then I found the Tempered Sword. I mean, also, like, just doing Aghanim and Inverted feels so good. Like, it's so nice to have that portal there.
Yeah, the portal and the same spots are really nice in Inverted for sure.
Like, Aghanim by himself is almost time neutral in Inverted, if you can do it early.
If there was a mode to be invented, I wish there was all dungeons except Aga 1.
Not for Inverted. Not for Inverted. I always want to do Aga and Inverted. It makes the seed feel so much better.
Yeah.
Most done.
You can skip on Aga 2 if you want, but Aga 1, sure.
Yeah, I hope we can see more of these co-ops, because co-op is amazing.
Pick your own Agadum. Either Aga 1 or Aga 2.
I mean, doing co-ops is more like fun because you get to talk to someone while playing, which is the best part of the game in my opinion.
Yeah, that definitely curbs.
Really, really fun.
That definitely curbs the I'm in Go, but I'm bored of this seed now, which is a very, very real thing.
Oh
Yeah, I believe we are looking for feedback for this because this is it the first co-op that's ever been done?
I think
think so. I was trying to look at, my own memory of what we've seen for these dailies, and I don't think we've had an actual co-op daily race. So this was definitely a treat.
Yeah, I think this is the first.
So I would like to see more of these personally, and
Yeah, same.
'cause they're fun to watch, and it's definitely fun to run with someone.
I would say
Totally.
back when I used to do Reddit seeds, we'd have a weekly co-op seed where, although it was a different form of co-op, it was inventory share co-op instead of information share co-op, which is a little bit different and requires a more specific setup, but was also pretty fun.
Using the online setup.
There was a Lewis script that was used. I don't think it was the ALTP Arlong.
Okay. Yeah, because I know a lot of people are using the online instead now for that.
Yeah, I haven't really messed with any of that.
I'm just waiting for
Sure.
all the frustration on cross-key co-ops.
I've done a few of those. They're really fun, but my head hurts every time.
Yeah, I used to, when I try playing cross-key info share with Obscure, I'm finding all entrances. He's just sitting there and writing because he can't even move because of writing. And after that, he had a headache for a whole day, and he said no more.
Well, it's important to keep track of all that stuff, especially in cross keys.
Yeah.
So on the topic of upcoming dailies, though, the next 2 days, so tomorrow and Thursday, main tournament flags are the races we're going to have at 9 p.m. and 2 p.m. Eastern, respectively. So if anybody's looking to get some tourney practice in, the next 2 dailies are for you. And then on Friday, we also have a spoiler at 11 p.m. Eastern.
A spoiler, you say?
Yes, on Friday.
Well, now.
I mean, I must say the Friday race dailies have had pretty much a theme of speedier seeds, I think is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Usually boots or spoilers or, any mode that kind of just asks you to do a little bit less or a little bit quicker.
I'll say if you guys are actually looking for other fun modes that aren't just co-op, you should also look at co-pilot, because that was a lot of fun too in League.
Oh yeah,
yes.
that was
Spoiler Pilot's amazing.
Yeah, it's a really fun mode, for sure.
Yeah, I think the general theme that came out from League talking to a lot of people was anything was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
As long as there's no Randomizer, sure.
What,
Oh,
that
yeah.
wasn't everybody's favorite week to end the season?
No.
No. Nobody likes Randomizer.
That week made me want to do things that I would need to raise the channel rating to R to be able to adequately describe.
I think I have a general idea what you're getting at.
I would say Randomizer is a lot of fun to watch.
Maybe.
Depends.
It's fun to play.
My mother always told me if I don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
What, you don't
that's a
like
nice-
walking out of Link's house and immediately dying to a crystal roller? Like, come on.
Oh, that part doesn't bother me. It's the ladder seed that's fresh in my mind where there was Ice Run on Lumberjack, and I gambled that there was going to be a Trinex somewhere required, and so I ended up doing Aghanim somewhat early. My opponent beats me by 30 seconds after there's no Trinex, and then asks, oh, where was the Fire Rod?
Oh, no.
That feels great.
In addition to not getting the Ice Rod, if you could just, watch my blood pressure spike about 40 points afterward.
Oh well, I need to get ready for the SM Rando Dash League, so GG's and thanks for the restream.
Yep. GG's. Thanks
GG's.
for all
This
the
was fun.
commentating and tracking and whatnot that goes on behind the scenes.
I was gonna say, definitely give our runners a follow. We can get their names in chat. They put on a great show for us. And be sure to follow our trackers and my co-com Radical Sniper. You can follow me if you want. That's not my Twitch in there.
It isn't?
Nope.
Well, I don't know who set that up early.
I'd be shocked if you could get that Twitch name.
Yeah.
But whoever your doppelganger is, he is live right now, and he has 2,000 viewers. So maybe that
Wow.
is you.
I wish I had 2,000.
But yes, thank you everybody for watching today. Hopefully see you for the next race. And of course, make sure to follow all the speed gaming channels as well for tons of other races besides Link to the Past Rando.
Yes, absolutely. Any final words from our runners?
Not more than that. I hope we get more of these.
Yeah, for sure. This is very fun to play co-op inverted keys or other co-ops.
All right. I guess, unless you have anything else to say, Jesse.
I'm good.
All right. Well, I guess that's going to be all for us. And be sure to tune in for more action on the other speed gaming channels.